Hello, and welcome to the Best Football Show. I'm your host, Brian Baldinger. I'm coming from my little abode here in Florida. Beautiful sunny day in South Florida. But we're here for Wisdom Wednesday, and you can find this Best Football Show by downloading your free Odyssey app and then following me, liking it, subscribing to it, and we're trying to grow the audience. We're here every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Wednesday is Wisdom Wednesday. You can follow me at Baldy NFL across all the social media platforms. I probably have posted probably no less than 30 or 40 videos since Sunday night involving every single team in this league, even the bad teams, and a lot of stuff in the good teams. A lot of stuff on the Denver Broncos last night in play design. But Wisdom Wednesday, I have watched 15 of the 16. I got one game left to watch. I've watched 15 of the 16 games so far. I'll finish watching the last game a little bit later today. But I want to share wisdom with you that I glean from watching all these games. And some stuff, there's just no outlet for. So we have created this outlet on Wednesdays, Wisdom Wednesdays. So let's start with my first bit of wisdom. And it's simply is this. You're only going to be as good in this league as your offensive line depth. If you don't have 5 good starters to begin with, you're not going to win half your games, period. I don't care who your quarterback is. You're not going to do it. And so let's just look at some of these teams. Like the Chicago Bears last week, at some point, they had Ozzie Trapillo and the rookie right tackle, and they had Theo Benedict at left tackle, undrafted rookie from the University of British Columbia, okay? They had 2 rookie tackles. Now, they survived. And they won. Caleb made some good plays. The defense, made some awesome plays. 2 interceptions by one of the great free safeties in this league, Kevin Byard. But and they survived and won by a point against the Raiders, who have their own offensive line issues. The Chargers go to New York, undefeated, just beating everybody in the AFC West. They lose Joe Alt in the first quarter. They had lost Mekhi Becton in the game. They were playing a backup right tackle, all right, and a backup to the backup right tackle. And Justin Herbert was under siege. Between Kayvon Thibodeau, Brian Burns, and Abdul Carter, he got hit 12 times in that game. He was running for his life. And I could go around the league. The Denver Broncos are playing great football. They've got all 5 starters from a year ago and all 5 starters for the first month this season. Now, that's a luxury. The 49ers are playing a rookie left guard, 7th-round draft pick, and struggling a little bit in that department. But the depth on your offensive line is so important. We have seen it with the Rams. The Rams went to Philadelphia a couple weeks ago. I know they had the kicks blocked, but they were playing 2 backup guards in the game. Foster went out. Avila wasn't available. 2 backup guards, and they weren't. I wouldn't say that's the reason why they lost. But I didn't think it was. It might have been one of the reasons why they had kicks blocked. Okay, so it can affect a lot of different areas. Wisdom Wednesday. You're only as good as the depth on your offensive line. For the Eagles, Lane Johnson went down a couple weeks ago with a stinger. They put in Matt Pryor. Okay, Jared Verse just abuses them. Next thing you know, the ball's on the ground. Eagles turn it over for the first time all year. They replaced him with Fred Johnson, who just shut down, locked down everybody that came at him. Good depth, quality depth. Fred Johnson is a luxury. He can play both tackles, and he's a really good player. Okay. Number 2, Wisdom Wednesday. We're seeing so many kicks blocked. The Eagles block a punt to start the game after they blocked 2 kicks in the fourth quarter the week before to beat the Rams. The Buccaneers are down 7-0 before the game's basically started, playing from behind. I see field goals and punts blocked right now. It seems at an alarming rate. And with the new kickoff rule, ask the Arizona Cardinals last Thursday against Seattle. The ball doesn't land in the landing zone. All right. The offense starts at the 40-yard line. Vic Fangio talked about it yesterday. New kicking balls, kicks from 65 yards now, like nothing to it. Ball doesn't land in the landing zone, offense starts at the 40. Block kicks, field goals, punts, like extra points. Like these plays are deciding games. I would say that either more attention needs to be served and practiced, all right? Because here's the rule. You want to try to win 2 games because of your special teams, but you definitely don't want to lose 2 games because of your special teams. Ask the Jets. 2 fumbled kickoff returns this year have led to defeats. Probably the deciding plays in the game. All right. Ask the Buccaneers if they want to start at home, down 7-0 with a blocked punt. Ask the Rams if they'd like to be undefeated by kicking the game, winning field goal against the Eagles that gets blocked by Jordan Davis. So I would say let's spend some extra time on punt block and punt protection and field goal protection. Like maybe just a little extra time. Maybe like reviewing just who your personnel is and do we have the right people in there to handle the overloads that are coming. Okay. I think what we have learned through the first 4 weeks of the season is it is hard to go 4-0 in this league. Now, to start 4-0, we've got 2 teams. We've got Buffalo and Philadelphia at 4-0. New Orleans gave Buffalo a run for their money into the fourth quarter last week. You could make a case right now that the Eagles could have lost to Dallas if CeeDee Lamb catches the ball. If, second week, if Travis Kelce catches the ball at the goal line and doesn't have it intercepted by the rookie safety going in for the lead at that point, you could say if the Rams could protect in the field goal part of the game, the Eagles would have lost that game, but they're 4-0. 2 teams that are 4-0. It just tells you how hard it is to stack 4 wins, especially to start the season where you're just trying to figure things out and, you're getting your team assembled and you're fighting through injuries and how you're going to overcome it, all that stuff. But even going forward in the next 13 weeks of the season, teams that want to make playoff runs, all right, at some point you probably got to stack some W's. You got to win 4 in a row. Or more. But the start of the season reminds us of just how hard it is to go 4-0. My next piece of wisdom goes to anybody that is a skilled person that touches a football. Offense, defense, special teams, defensive fumble recoveries, interceptions, offensive players, running backs, receivers, tight ends, quarterbacks going into the end zone. Anybody that touches the ball that potentially scores. How about if we score first, celebrate later? Tell that to A.D. Mitchell, all right? It's a dumb play. Like, I know he's a young player. It's a dumb play. Deshaun Jackson taught us that years ago when he started celebrating as an Eagle, going in against the Cowboys and lost control of the football and lost a touchdown. It is a dumb play. The celebration you can do all the celebrating you want after you score, after you cross the plane. And that goes for quarterbacks going in for quarterback sneaks. That's receivers going in and diving across the pylon that get the ball knocked out. All right. And you get a touchback as a result. Score first. I mean, Bill Belichick used to coach that play up hard. Like, nobody is diving and extending the ball across the goal line to score because it's going to get knocked out a lot of times. And the result is it's either a turnover or a touchback. So if I'm a coach of a team, if I'm Liam Cohen, if I'm Mike Tomlin, if I'm Kevin O'Connell, a head coach in this league, I'm putting the A.D. Mitchell up there in front of the whole team, not just the offense, the whole team. And I'm delivering the exact same message that I'm telling you on the Best Football Show. Score first. Celebrate like crazy later. The Colts should be 4-0 right now. He made another boneheaded play on a stupid block on a Jonathan Taylor touchdown run. Just a stupid block, and he got called back. But they would have won that game if A.D. Mitchell crosses the goal line. Now, it's a great play. I mean, Daniel Jones gets him the ball. He's won the route. He's going in to score, and you start your celebration early. It is, and here's the thing. I know Deshaun Jackson, okay? Like, you know, we've known each other a long time. That play never goes away. It stays on your resume forever. And it's a reminder that you were a dummy head on that day at SoFi Stadium. And I'm hard on A.D. Mitchell here. I was hard on him. I announced the game for national radio. I was hard on him during the game. But there's hard lessons to learn in this business. And one of them is, and we are sharing it here on Wisdom Wednesday, score first, celebrate later. The final piece of wisdom is, okay, it's October 1st. September has come and gone. And I say, because of the practice rules, because of the limitations that players play in preseason now, because of all those things, I'm willing to say, and because it's a 17-game schedule, not a 16-game schedule, I'm willing to say that September is the new August. Meaning September's sort of like our preseason. Okay, everybody plays 4 quarters, you're getting conditioned. But here's where the wisdom comes in. Whatever it is that is ailing you, injuries, playing backup quarterbacks, inefficient offensive lines, no pass rush, whatever your issues are, September is the time to identify those issues and then figure out what your team is going to be going forward. Example, last year, the Philadelphia Eagles started 2-2, and they got beat in their 4th game by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers badly. And the 5th week of the season, they had a bye. But in those first 4 games, Jalen Hurts threw 4 touchdown passes and 4 interceptions, and he fumbled. And they were 2-2, losing to the Falcons, losing to the Bucs. They come out of September. They have a bye week. They reconfigure their team. Saquon's the focus. We're going to throw it probably 21, 22 times a game. We're going to crank up the run game. And that's what they did. And they won the Super Bowl. Right now is now this year, in contrast, they're 4-0. Jalen Hurts has thrown 5 touchdown passes, no interceptions. They've turned the ball over once in 4 games, and they're 4-0, one of 2 undefeated teams. I'm just using the Eagles as an example. I could use plenty. I could use Dallas is putting up 40 points a game right now. If they can figure out right now defensively, either offensively, how to continue to score at that rate, 40, against Green Bay, 40 against the Giants. If you can figure out how to score at that rate, because right now Dak is playing out of his mind. He leads the league in passing yards. He's playing fantastic football. Even without CeeDee Lamb, without Tyler Booker, without Cooper Beebe, it doesn't matter. The offensive line, the backups are good. T.J. Bass is a good player. Hoffman's a good player. So they're good. If they can figure out how to make teams bleed more slowly, not give up the big plays like they did to the Giants, make them bleed slower so they can't give up 37 points or 40 points. That'd be an example of a team that can win a lot of games. So that's my wisdom is September has come and gone. Have you identified the weaknesses in your team and how to overcome them? It could be coaching changes. Some coaches have given up the play calling duties. Some game plans can change. You can reconfigure your roster. You can figure out better ways to win games and not lose games, because more games are lost than games that are won. So figure out how to eliminate if the Jets, for example, the Jets are 0-4. It's a mess. But they ran the ball for 200 yards against the Steelers. They ran the ball for 200 yards against the Dolphins. They run the ball just fine. But they turned it over 3 times last week against the Dolphins, and they lose. If they can, and the pre-snap penalties are killing them. It's 1st and 15 instead of 1st and 10. It's killing them. But They haven't taken the ball away yet. So can you create more turnovers and stop turning it over and keep running the ball well? And maybe your fortunes will turn around. So anyways, that's my 5 points of Wisdom Wednesday. Thanks for joining me, everybody. We'll start taking a look ahead to week 5 already. And the Thursday night game, which is going to be a doozy in the NFC West between the 49ers and the Rams. We'll see who's at quarterback for the 49ers. But we'll start previewing everything tomorrow on Preview Thursday. But thanks a lot for joining me on Wisdom Wednesday, and thanks for joining the Best Football Show.